Traveling in Japan can get pretty hectic. After a hectic week in Tokyo, we headed west to Kawaguchiko, which is one of the resort towns near Mount Fuji. We really loved the laid-back vibe of this place, and the best way to explore the lake was definitely by bike. There's plenty of bike rental shops around here, but because we also had our little girl Maddie with us, we were looking for a bike that also had a baby carrier. In Japan, they call this sort of bike a mamachari, which translates to mum bike. We rented 4 bikes for the whole day, and the total cost was 13,000 yen, or about 130 Aussie. After a little bit of practice in the parking lot, we were off. Our first stop will be at Yagizaki Park. We saw these round little hills and had to check it out. Maddie was happy to have a chance to stretch her legs and enjoy crawling around. Just to backtrack a little, the journey that we'll be going on takes us all around and right next to the lake. In total it will be about 22 kilometers, and you can do it much quicker, but we took our time and we rode around for about half a day. Our next stop was the Fuji Omuro Gengen shrine, which we found out was Mount Fuji's oldest shrine, built around the 7th century. We were one of the few people here, and it was so peaceful compared to the other shrines that we've been to in Tokyo, and it really gave us a chance to quietly explore the place. At this point, we were starting to get hungry, so it's off to find some food. This was my first time riding an e-bike, and I actually found it quite enjoyable. The bike is 3 gears, and with the bike being 32 kilos, it was actually quite hard to ride without the power on. It was such a nice day to enjoy riding with my family, and Maddie was sitting at the back so patiently, taking it all in. I've never known a love so steady. Even gold won't turn your tide. We stopped at the Cafe Gris, and the food did look really good, but unfortunately children under 10 weren't allowed in. We had heard this was a thing in Japan, but this was the first place where we encountered it. Luckily for us, not too far down the road there was another cafe. Cafe Hanenoha was another unplanned stop. I found out that the specialty were crepes, with the twist that they were made from buckwheat. These ended up being one of the most delicious meals we had in Japan. The buckwheat makes the crepe savoury, and it felt like eating soba noodles, which are also made from buckwheat. This was so delicious, and I highly recommend you come to this place if you're ever here. Even if I were the king. We ended with a dessert crepe, and Maddie enjoyed her piece too. Not too far down the road was our first encounter with these beautiful tunnels made out of stone. We weren't sure whether we could ride through these, so for the first time we just went around. At this point it was a really long day for Maddie, and she was fast asleep behind. To our surprise, there was a mini tunnel on our bike path, and going through it was like a mini adventure within our adventure. Not too far down the road we could see another tunnel, and this time we could see the other end of it, so we went through it. Somewhere along the way we lost Jenny, so we took a quick stop and Michael went to look for her. Having fun so far?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Yeah, you're getting better at balancing. Eddie, are you having fun so far? Is it bumpy on the back? Oh, you check out the view of Mount Fuji. That whole mountain. Oishi Park was one of the must-visit places when we looked up where to go in Kawaguchiko. This place is super popular with tourists because of the nice view of Mount Fuji across the lake. The view at Oishi Park was nice, but was really crowded, so we decided to move on. At this point we have been riding for about a couple hours, and the battery was still at 95%, so it's not something you have to worry about. Maddie had woken up from a nap, so it's time for a quick stop at Kogamasao Memorial Park. The view of Mount Fuji here was just as stunning as Oishi Park, without the crowd there. At this point it was quite late in the day, and we had to decide whether to cross Kawaguchiko bridge or go around and complete the whole loop. We had a quick vote and decided to just go all the way. Finally, after a long day, we were back at the bike rental. It was time to say goodbye to the bike, and then we were off to dinner. Maddie was really happy on her first cycling adventure, and I hope we can create more memories on the bike together. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next one.